Hello guys, in this video I introduce some decision parts were purchased, and here is a new vise. This is a modular vise. I used to have a grinding vise here. This is about 3-inch grinding vise. This is also a good one, but for this type of vise, the height is a little bit more, and it is 3-inch, but it can open to almost 4-inch, and it has these advantages. But in my new machines here, I don't want the vise to be too high. If I buy the 4-inch grinding vise, it will be 1 inch higher than this. And also the clamping force for this type of milling vise is, I think, is greater than the grinding vise. This clamping force, and it is, of course, I can't afford to pay the high price of the very precise one. This is China made, and here I'm unboxing the packaging. The packaging is good. It was in a rubber bag and have the oil there. Although there is some stain here, rust slightly, but not on the main surface. This is just a minor defect. And also then is on a paper box, and finally on a wooden box here. I remove the cover, and there are some accessories. This is hex key for locking this side screw, and this handle for locking this main screw studs. And this one is some bender. You can see here, this long screw bender a little bit. This is a positioner or location for the workpiece part, and some clamping pieces. And I already put some clamping piece here, and I found the upper clamping piece is good, but the screw is too large. Is M12 screw. I think it's too big. I use M8 8mm. So I need to make a washer by myself here to fit into it, so I can put on the 8mm cap screw, and there are 4 pieces. The original T-slot nut is not fit with my table, so I forget about it. Originally I made my one here, so we can come here, and there are 4 pieces clamp, and there are small clamp for the locator. I don't know how I can use it on my T-slot table, or I need to drill a separate hole for put it on. I haven't checked this accuracy precision, and later on I will do it. And there is a specifically or checklist. What is this? This is instruction also menu, as well as some check sheet. I haven't yet read all of this, but it's a good practice for different area checking. Anyway, the first looking of this purchase prices is good, and it cost me around. This is a 4-inch one. This width is 4-inch, and the opening is also 4-inch, and it cost me around $150 US, almost this. The delivery cost is not much, because I live in Hong Kong, so it's not, although it's in the north part of China, but the delivery cost is not so much less than just a couple 10 of US. This is the first parts I need to buy to shoot my new machine. Here is the other parts. These are the to fit with the spindle is ER20 collar, so I buy some collar, 5 pieces, and also include the first one that is come along with the spindle. This is the one, and I buy extra 5 pieces collar is Matrix series, and this is Taiwan made, and it came to have the precision of 0.003 to 4 millimeter, less than 0.004 millimeter, and I think it is quite well. Also, I need to check. This is the nut. Also, I buy 5 pieces to shoot, so I don't need to take out the collar every time. And another thing is the grease gun. This MG17 THK grease gun, and it need to, and also the grease. This is the grease. This series of grease is suitable for the linear actuator, and I think the guide is also suitable. And for NSK and actuator, I think it should be suitable it as well. I haven't not checked, and if you have advice, give me. And finally, this cost me much money. This is the bearing for the spindle. Here is the spindle. I have disassembled it, and I found the bearing is not a good one. And also I damaged the rear bearing, so the sound is, there is much noise in here, in there, and I think the accuracy is also not well. And the reasons I damaged it because there is a problem on it, and this actually this is a very unfortunate experience for myself. And when I first purchased this spindle with the VFD, I haven't checked yet the setting of VFD thoroughly. Wrong settings make the coil of the spindle burn out. Is a serious damage, and the spindle should be no use forever. And I disassemble it and use some jig and the press here. You can see I convert. This is my injection molding machine. There is press. I use the press to take out the damage or burn this coil, and I contact with the manufacturer, and he can supply me with a lower cost, a replaced one, and I got the new coil. It's not easy to disassemble and assemble on the spindle, so I need to do some fixture. And then also during the disassembly, I also use a wrong method, so the rear bearings also damaged a little bit. Anyway, those bearings, front and rear bearing, is not a Japanese or German bearing as what it claimed us on the advertisement on the website. So I decided to replace them, and now I got this one. And this is the genius Japanese bearing, and not the some in the China website. There are flipped one kind of there. I bought it in my local store. They sell a lot of foreigner bearing, so it must be genius. And this is the high precision bearing, and there is some data on it as well. It is not so easy to be seen because the light, I turn it off, and so it's still not easy to be seen. My camera or phone is not good. There's some data, and -3, -3, -2, -3, -6.3. Those are the concentricity or dial indicator reading. So it's a P4 bearing. You can see, and these are in millimeter. There is the 2 micron. Is it micron? I think it's there is, if it is minus 3, it is minus 0.003 millimeter. So it's a very precise one. When I check the website and how to install it, these are in, I buy it in together. That means they are in pair. This one is the front bearing. These are the rear bearing. The rear bearing is also not cheap. This is P5. Actually, the rear bearings I don't need to buy the expensive one, but because the high revolution, spindle revolution, I need to buy this P5 bearing, and this is not cheap. It's not. I think this one, it cost me around $14 $40. This almost $13.5 $35 roughly. This in the website, this one is very expensive. I don't understand. In the website it costs about $115 to $200. I don't know. Anyway, there is all the stuff I just bought. And I will install the wires on the table first. And thank you for your watching.